Look at those blokes. What do you reckon, Ada? Hey? Hey? What do you think of them, girl? I reckon they'd beat you up if you fought them. Let's go have a look. Australia, mate. It's funny, in circumstances like this, it's probably actually not a bad idea to have. So I'm out walking just Ada today. Cedric is getting a little bit old. He'd really love to come, so I had to kind of pretend I was like taking Ada to the vet. I had to carry her out of the house and not walk her out on a leash, because otherwise he just whinnies and whimpers for hours and hours. So I just carried him out, carried Ada out, and wasn't an issue at all. So we're just doing a, should be about an hour and a half walk, just here in the Catarapco grounds. We're looking for an old grave site. It's just part of the local National Parks Service walks. So probably not supposed to have Ada with me, but I figure they mainly say that because they bait for foxes, and I figure if she stays on the lead with me, then she should be okay. It's actually not a bad idea to have a dog like this with you, because kangaroos can be pretty aggro, and with people they sort of don't take us as threatening at all, whereas seeing a dog with its obviously predator stance will probably deter them from having too much of a go, because you need to remember it is spring, and the bull kangaroos can get pretty pissed off and feisty in springtime when they're out looking for a root, and they get us wandering into their turf. So pretty happy to have Ada with me, really. On your own you'd be fine. You just, I've never been attacked by kangaroos, and I've seen plenty in the wild, much closer than just now. I've almost walked into them a few times because they're pretty dim, but yeah, it's always nice to have a dog with you, I think, anyway. It's pretty windy, so hopefully this wind isn't too bad on the old speaker there. Knife I'm carrying with me today is the Gerber Strong Arm, little sort of multi-purpose bushcraft tactical all conditions sort of knife, so pretty happy with it so far. This is our lovely Australian bush, they call it. It's pretty much this. It's pretty flat here. I'm on a bit of a hill, so you can see it's sort of down there's a bit of a basin. Obviously the River Murray is my closest river. It's probably off over there somewhere. So it does make for somewhat up and down terrain, but certainly no hills or really valleys, as you'd think. And this is Ada's life. Come on, Ada, show us your thorn. Come on. Oh no, she's alright now. Seriously, this dog, 5 meters per prickle, I think is her ratio of getting prickles in her paws. So I guess she's done it right. She's managed to work that one out herself. Trail's getting a little bit narrow, sort of. I think this is pretty seldom used. I don't know how big a bushwalking or outdoorsman type culture there is up here. So this is pretty. I mean, there's some sort of obvious forging from feet, but apart from these signs, you wouldn't really even know you're on a trail, because it's all kind of just. I mean, that's not trail in there, but it's about as sparse. So kind of just follow my nose. Somewhat, mid to light density scrubs, so you couldn't really get too far lost out here. It's funny, you'll notice lots of more sort of disciplined dogs you just have walking off lead and walking next to you, but you can do it with huskies, but we started off, we were very young and sort of, we're just a young 20-year-old couple, and we got Ada, so we never really put the work into having speak of the devil, this is her with a thorn in her paw again. We were never old enough, never sort of mature enough to realise that it's probably a good idea to, oh, that's a pretty big prickle, probably a good idea to train her to walk next to me, so there you go, she's always on a lead, because if I let her go now, I would literally never see her again. She would just run in one direction and then stop when she's probably hit water, or, yeah. There we go, what's this then? Bit of a little gravestone, some local lore and memorabilia. Taking that all in there. If you are ever wondering about you want an endurance dog to take with you on bloody marathons and stuff, Husky is definitely the right choice. If you could train it to walk next to you rather than on a lead, you'd probably actually have a really good time. It's just, yeah, here we are. I've done 70 Ks with Ada, and she could have done another 70, and I was absolutely stuffed. My feet were just torn to shreds of my shoes. Her paws were completely fine, so just very lean, and especially this particular Husky, she's very light and not super heavy, and not particularly bushy coat. She gets a bit of, you can see it sort of shedding at the back there, so it sort of sheds from the top down. And yeah, pretty happy with how she turned out, because they really can go any way. You can get these giant bullish looking Huskies with huge woolly coats, or you can get these little sort of nimble ones, and she is pure. It's just kind of the luck of the draw. Following the arrows. Just a bit of light reading for you all. Ada's not so keen. Why can't you read, dog? See the river there, sort of a bit of a narrower finger of it, I think. Sorry about the wind, I really need to get a proper setup. I'd hardly say I was pro though, so I find it hard to spend the money on things like that. Till this camera literally just dies, I'll probably be suffering through it. If you like rabbits, you should definitely come to South Australia. You can't walk 12 metres without almost stepping in a rabbit hole. Forging ever on, this dog. I know it's really bad practice to let your dog lead you, but she seems to know where she's going. A little more local knowledge for those who are keen. I'll just pause that video right there if you're interested. Save some batteries. What do you reckon, Ada? Gonna stop for some food? Hey? Ada wanted a food? Hey? Yeah, why not? No fires today, 'tis the season of danger. On it goes. Appetizing, it will be. And at a fair rate of knots, that is already sizzling away. Literally been 2 or 3 minutes. Fantastic little stove. What is it? Forget. It is that stove. Listen to that. Crackle, crackle, crackle. Nom 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 noms. Triggers, just put a little bit of water, especially when you're doing things like this, just so there's something to boil and steam around. Put the lid on. Let it sit for a little bit longer. And we will have food, old girl. Won't we, Ada? Yes, we will. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out. Good dog. In presenting the reason why multi-tools are essential for camping or lifting the lid of the food when it is hot. Clang clang, that's smelling good. Need 2 hands for this job. I'll be putting the camera off. There you go. For me meats, huh? These are good dogs. So yeah, geez, I'm sorry about this wind. I know on the speaker it's going to be like, but this was going to talk about. Oh yeah, Husky. This is like the most polite eating dog ever. She just ever so delicately takes it. She won't even take it from your hand. She'll ever so delicately just like plop down. She won't have it for ages, making sure that I don't want it first. Go on, Ava, that's for you. Yep, good girl. Little nibbles, num num nums. Whereas the Labrador, I mean, maybe it's just in contrast to Labrador, but he just eats like Cookie Monster eats cookies, just terribly. And what was the other thing I was going to talk about over dinner? Ah, yeah, the Gerber strong arm. So I've just got my car behind me. We're using it as a bit of a shield. We've stopped at a campsite to eat. And that last walk was way too short. I thought it was going to be a whole lot longer. Let's talk about the Gerber strong arm for a sec. So there it is. I've only used it a couple of times on this walk just to poke around at some things, and that's generally the way with knives. I find like we all love to pretend that we're going to go and build a shelter with them and stuff, but you know what? I think most of it is you just want to have it on your hip and just, I don't know, it just makes you feel like you're more capable or something in case something happens. Like, it's one of those things. But this Gerber strong arm is really good for that. It's nice and comfortable in the hand. It's fun to play with, fun to sort of just hold and put in and out of its sheath, and all the stuff that you realistically are going to do with your knife most of the time. 420 HC steel, nice rubberized handle, a little glass breaker smasher on the end, nice sort of grip there to stop your hand from riding up on the thingy, so on the blade thingy. I'm using highly technical terms today. So yeah, I've just been really happy with it though. Certainly, it's definitely a distant third after my F1 and my LT right, but hey, for third place out of all the knives I have, certainly isn't bad, at least the fixed blades. These are good things to have, the old unfoldable dog's water dish. It's all like waterproof canvas inside. I always bring a separate bottle for dogs and then another bottle for me. Yeah. Work pretty well. You could use them for food too, but I always just use them to carry and store the water for the dogs. Just fold back up until something about that size. It's quite good. It was funny, it was today I was tossing up Ivor because I got the day to myself. I'm on holidays, and I find myself, I'm that guy who I'll retire from work and then I'll just die because I find it really, really hard to just either stay at home and do home duties like cleaning and stuff, or just doing nothing. So I was going to watch either Jessica Jones or come on this walk. So I'm really glad I've come on this walk, and I think Ada's glad too. Get to spend some time with Dad. Yeah, it was funny. I sort of woke up this morning and I've been on leave for like 3 days, and I'm already just what do I do with myself? I've usually just got the kids and stuff, so it's all right. But when I do have a free day to myself, I end up really kicking myself if I just waste it. I mean, and by waste, I wouldn't consider watching a whole show of Jessica Jones a waste either, like the Netflix series. That's cool, it's something new I haven't done, but it's just when you have those days where you just literally bum around at home, go on YouTube, go on the internet, just that sort of stuff just kills me. So, pretty happy with our choice today, aren't we, Ada girl? Hey?